Hey, it's Marielle. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Today, I want to talk about something that I just talked about in my private group. Every Tuesday, we have a Q&A call. And today, I like to do a little mindset, and then we do Q&A. And today, we were talking about tolerations, okay? So very, very often, one of the ways that we women, especially women entrepreneurs, we give away our power is by having these little gnats that hang around that I call tolerations, okay? So what is a toleration? A toleration is, they're basically things or circumstances, behaviors that we tolerate in ourselves and others and our clients and our environments. And a toleration is basically accepting something that is below your standards and that you want, where you really want something different, okay? And so the thing is that we tolerate things, tolerations just kind of sneak up on us. And they sneak up on us because we are always changing. So what was maybe okay at one point in your business or in your life or in your relationships may not be okay anymore because you have changed and evolved. The problem is that we rarely ever upgrade our tolerations because tolerations require us to have some courageous conversations. It requires us to make change. And let's be honest, who likes change, right? So, but it's one thing but it's really important to do a toleration sweep. And I learned how to do a toleration sweep not long ago. And it completely changed everything about my business, okay? Because what we tolerate, what you get, what you accept. And whatever you tolerate, you're going to get exactly the fruits of that. So the cool thing about doing a toleration sweep, and what I was talking to my peeps about in our private group, was that we can change these things, but we have to become conscious of these, bring those tolerations that are just kind of in the back burner of our lives and different areas of our lives. We have to bring them into the light, into consciousness. And when we bring something into the light, into consciousness, then that starts to heal. Okay. So when you start really looking at tolerations from a point of view of not just, oh, what am I tolerating from this person, but what you're tolerating from yourself and your behavior, and you start focusing on particular parts and areas of your life, you can really get some massive badass results instantly. Okay, so you can start creating new game plans, and when you create a shift and then you create a game plan that goes along with that shift, a lot can happen really, really fast. Okay, so I'm going to actually give you an example of one of my clients that we went through that I think you'll be able to relate to. Okay, so this one client, she is actually a health coach, and she is also, so today what we were talking about, let me back up. What we were talking about is, what are you tolerating? What are you tolerating that doesn't value your time? Okay, what are you tolerating that doesn't value your time? Now, I know that question is kind of like, what does that even mean, right? There are things in your life that you are tolerating that aren't necessarily helping you manage your time well and get the most out of your time, okay? And this particular client that I had, she's a health coach, and she realized that she's also a fitness coach. So she realized that she was tolerating keeping a class in her schedule, in her fitness schedule, that was that was being done. It's a class that she started a long, long time ago, but it kind of cuts into the middle of her day. So I always say that when you are time blocking and you want to be the most effective person on your team, and you want to actually get all your stuff done, it's so important to use your energy wisely. Know when you're working. If you're working on a creative project, don't do it when your energy and creativity is at its lowest, right? So it's really important to be cognizant of that. So she realized that she had scheduled and created this class a long time ago, and now it just doesn't work with her schedule. So she was tolerating having this this class as into her schedule now, and it's cutting in her schedule, and it's costing her a certain amount of money. So this is a really cool exercise. So she realized that it was preventing her from spending more time with other things that she needed to do, such as projects, money projects, such as marketing, such as creating new and better systems for her clients. And so if you put a money value behind all the things that this decision, this toleration is costing you, I want you to really look at that, at that money, and then multiply it by the entire possibility of money that you could be making in that particular area. And what's going to happen is you're going to be like, whoa, that's a lot of money. So for example, for me, one thing that I was tolerating, that didn't value my time for the longest time in my business, was not having a good not having a webinar, for example. I didn't have a webinar for a really long time, and I just didn't get to it. I was doing all kinds of other things with my time, but I didn't have my webinar. And what that was costing me is that not having my webinar was costing me clients, because out of everyone that went to my website, I knew through my metrics that out of 10 people that went to my website, 3 of them were opting in to watch my webinar, and from watching my webinar, at least one of them wanted a discovery call. And if my discovery call percentage is 30%, let's just say, then that's the amount of money that I was, and my program was worth, I don't know, let's say $3,500. Then that meant that had I done this particular webinar, because of my metrics, I could have been closing that amount of clients. That I could have been selling 3,500, once a week, or, even if it was just one a month. 3,500 times 12 gives you a big number. 3,500 times 12 is $42,000. So that's how much it was costing. So once you know the cost of what you are tolerating, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you come up with a brand new plan. Okay, so I gave you 2 examples there. My client was tolerating having a class or doing something that wasn't at the optimizing her energy and time, and what she could have been doing with that. She put a price on that, and then she came up with a different plan to tackle that toleration. Okay, so this is this was a lot of fun. I highly recommend doing this exercise, but make sure that you write down everything that comes to mind, because it's really important that you really brainstorm, that you ask yourself these questions, and you let your brain come up with the right answers, and you journal them. Okay, so the first question: what are you tolerating that doesn't value your time? What is this preventing you or delaying you from implementing? And what is this costing you? Okay, what is this costing you? And after you come up with that big number, come up with your game plan. How are you going to change it? All right, so that's all I have for you for today. I hope this helps, and stop tolerating crap, because you are a badass, and I totally believe that it's time for you to stand in your power, put on your crown, and make it happen. All right, that's all I have. See you soon. Bye. Peace.